I've tried this before in the past a lot, but I'm a control freak, so what ends up happening usually is that I try to time every second, every moment of the day, and then I overwhelm myself, and then I feel stressed, and then I start procrastinating. I start sleeping less, I start taking more caffeine and stimulants to work more, and I get into this cycle where I'm unproductive. The truth is that over the past 5, 7 years, I've really developed the habit of a strong work ethic and a lot of discipline. Now, I wasn't disciplined before, but I taught myself, I trained myself to be more disciplined. And I want to work now. I want to work a lot. So I don't need to force myself to work in a certain structure and schedule, because let's face it, all my life I was always late at school. I never showed up on time. I could never wake up early. I didn't like it when people told me you have to be there at that time. I like to live on my schedule, you know? And I am fortunate enough, and I have been, driven enough to build that life. Fortunate that I get that the opportunity to build it. But also I've put in the time to build a life that kind of evolves around my clock. If I don't want to have a meeting, I ask to replace the meeting. Of course I'll be respectful of other people's time as well, but I don't need to be anywhere. I don't need to show up for a boss. I don't need to justify my time. I don't need to justify why I'm still up at 4 in the night at night, or if I sleep till 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. I don't have to justify myself to anyone. And my livelihood, my income is not dependent of me showing up somewhere and being on time. So, well, except for business meetings, of course, but there's exception. And the thing that I changed now is that I actually completely threw out my schedule out of the window once more. And it's helping me reduce my stress levels. Seriously. It seriously is helping. I think the reason it's helping... also, it's annoying that you get the reflection. Can I fix that somehow? I don't know how to do that. Let me see if I can just turn this off. There you go. So the reason it's helping, the reason I think that the reason I think it's so helpful for me, so good for me to completely remove my work and life schedule, is because before I would force myself to work at certain times, right? So after I wake up, I have to do these tasks every day. Before I sleep, I have to do these tasks every day. Then at that time, I have to go for a run. And for me, I thought that I needed that. But it's counterproductive, because sometimes I wake up and I feel like doing a certain task for work, or I want to do that for work. And most is work or healthy or family time or time with my fiance, and you name it, social time. But most of it is productive. So who cares if I do a certain task then and then another one then, as long as I get stuff done every day, right? So I'm allowing myself to breathe and to work whenever I feel like it. Now, I'll always try to force myself to work even if I don't feel like it. But I'm giving myself the freedom to get stuff done based on how I feel that day, rather than forcing myself to live according to the same schedule every day. And that's one of the changes I made, which I'm quite happy about. So that's